going to talk about writing complete sentences today, and this is a bit of a review. Remember that a complete sentence expresses a complete thought, and sentences have two parts, a subject and a predicate, and we discussed this week subject and predicate, and also discussed simple subjects and simple predicates. The subject tells who or what the sentence is about, and the predicate tells what the subject does, or what the subject is. A sentence fragment and a complete sentence are what we're discussing again. And remember, a sentence fragment, when you think of the word fragment, think of a part or a piece of. So a fragment is a piece of a sentence, but not a complete sentence. And in a sentence fragment, we're missing either the subject or we're missing the predicate. And in the examples, you can see up here where it says a sentence fragment, and it says the birds, frogs, and crickets at the lake. Well, the birds, frogs, and crickets at the lake, what? They are what? They did what? That needs a predicate. We know that the subject is the birds, frogs, and crickets at the lake. A complete sentence would be the birds, frogs, and crickets at the lake fascinated the visiting students. So it gives you a thinking question, and what the thinking question says, does the group of words tell who or what the sentence is about? Does it tell what is or what happens? So in our practice activity, it says read the sentence fragment, write a subject or predicate to complete the sentence fragment, and make a complete sentence. So what you have to do is decide, is it missing the subject or is it missing the predicate, and then add whatever is missing in to make a complete sentence. Number 1 says, blank was very helpful to Tanisha. Well, sometimes people want to say to Tanisha, so that must be the subject, but it's not, okay? This is telling us was what? Was helpful, okay? So was helpful is telling us what it was or what it was doing, and so that is the predicate. To Tanisha, okay, when we look at these things that are like to Tanisha, there'll be a couple more examples that I'll show you, but words like about, those are called prepositional phrases. And we will learn more about prepositional phrases later on during the year. So number 1 says, blank was very helpful to Tanisha. Well, we need a subject there, and so you get to be the person who chooses what the subject is going to be. And it could be Mike, you could make it a person. Mike was very helpful to Tanisha, and you can choose what you'd like. Number 2 says Jennifer's favorite class. Well, Jennifer's favorite class is a subject. So we have the subject here, but we do not have a predicate. So we need to know Jennifer's favorite class does what or is what? What happens? Jennifer's favorite class is art. You can now complete 3 through 8 on your own, and if you'd like, you can pause the video here and complete those, and then hit play when you're ready. We're going to talk a little bit about possessive nouns, and possessive nouns, this is a review from last year, so you guys did this in a couple of your units last year, possessive nouns, and when we see possessive, we want to just think that that just means shows ownership, okay, shows who something belongs to. So it says, so possessive nouns, and we have a table up here, and it says singular nouns, Carla or a book, okay? A singular possessive noun would be Carla's hat, and a singular possessive noun would be books, chapters. And you can see that we just do an apostrophe S to show possession. When we have plural nouns like buckets or people, well, buckets already ends with an S. So you can see the word buckets already ends with S. So to make it possessive, okay, to make it a plural possessive noun, buckets, handles, okay, you are going to add an apostrophe after the S. So if the plural noun already ends with an S, you're going to add an apostrophe after the S that's already in the word. And then we have the word people, and the plural possessive noun for people is peoples. So peoples, people, and apostrophe S. So number 1 says, write the possessive form of the noun in parentheses. And so we have the noun students in number 1, and it says, the students' mouths were opened in shock. Well, the word students already ends in an S. And so number 1, you're just going to write the word students like it is. And because it already ends in an S, you're just going to add an apostrophe after it. And you're going to do the same thing for 2, 3, and 4. So number 5 through 8, it says, combine the sentences using possessive nouns. Write the new sentence on the line. Well, number 1, the 2 sentences say, the classroom had glass doors. The glass doors were closed. Well, we need to look at this sentence and we need to figure out what noun needs to become the possessive. So in this sentence, we know that we have glass doors, okay, that were closed, and we know that those glass doors belonged to the classroom. And so the classroom is your noun that needs to become a possessive noun. And in this case, it's a singular noun. It's just one classroom. So you could rewrite the sentence by saying, the classroom. And here I actually typed it in because my pen, I couldn't quite write that small on the line. So it would become, the classroom's glass doors were closed. And our plural possessive noun is classrooms. So it's classroom, apostrophe S. The classroom's glass doors were closed. You can do 6, 7, and 8 on your own. Please make sure you turn them in on Teams as opposed to sending me a picture through chat or email. Please send it to me and attach it right into the Teams assignment. Thank you.